Good morning. It is my first day in Boston and I have zero plans. I'm just going to go out and explore Beacon Hill, probably go to Boston Common, and then over to Back Bay and Newberry Street. Morning, friends. Today is, I don't even know what day it is of my trip anymore, but yesterday I showed you a bit of Beacon Hill and I think maybe the park, but I just went shopping and took a day off of being a tourist because being a tourist every day is pretty exhausting. So I took a day off, was on Newberry Street in the Back Bay, which is known for their shopping, so I went shopping. And then today I am doing touristy things. I am taking the trolley tour, and that takes you all around Boston, and you could hop off if you want and then hop on at another stop and walk around. So it's gonna be a full day of touristy things, and I can't wait to show you guys. And that is where my Boston trip ended. I've been debating whether I should say this because it's always hard to be vulnerable, but I thought that if I share this little part of myself that maybe it could help some of you who are going through the same thing or something similar. So I left Boston because I suffer from anxiety. I normally somewhat have it under control. I feel it all the time when I'm out, but I don't know what happened with Boston. But the night I got there, I went to bed in my Airbnb, and the next day I was feeling really overwhelmed. So I thought, okay, I'll just go shopping, explore, and kind of not have an agenda. And that's what I did, but that still didn't make me feel better. And I think being in such a big city surrounded by tons of people just didn't help. And especially coming from the rural towns in New England and then going to this huge city, it was kind of this huge contrast. So I came back that night, just kind of convincing myself everything was okay and I can stick it through another day, because the next day I had a trolley tour planned. And this is the day that you guys just saw on camera. So I woke up and still wasn't feeling right, but I still wanted to get on and not give up and see Boston like I had came to do. I did the trolley tour, but it wasn't that great. So the whole time on the tour, I just felt the anxiety and knew that I couldn't be here anymore. So I got back to my Airbnb and I booked a flight home. And I guess the point of me telling you guys this is because I still get on with my daily life and the things that I love doing, which is traveling. But what I do is know which situations I can be in and which ones I can't. And I have weird, quirky things that I need to do when I'm in those situations. For instance, when I'm driving and I'm in traffic, that gets me really, really anxious. So what I do is make sure I'm in the far right side of the freeway. So that way, if I want to exit or pull over to the emergency lane, I can do that. But the funny thing about anxiety is you don't end up really doing those things, because all it is your mind telling you that you're anxious and something bad's gonna happen, when in reality something isn't gonna happen that's bad, and your mind's just overwhelming you. So that's the key for me when I am feeling anxious, is knowing that I'm not gonna die from this. Just breathe. It's just something that you have and you can deal with it, and you're stronger than it. Same in social environments. I just have to remind myself, okay, like not everyone's staring at you, like don't freak out, like no one's thinking anything about you. It's kind of just like these repetitive sayings to yourself that you know you're gonna be okay. And that's how I've found to cope with it. And then one huge thing that helped me is when I went home from Boston. I had read in the past that caffeine is a big contributor to anxiety, and it makes it worse than it has to be. So I was totally addicted to coffee. Love coffee. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a freak for coffee. So what I did is I quit having caffeine cold turkey, and I do feel that it has helped me a lot. Obviously, it's not going to cure it, but it does help tremendously. So if you do suffer from anxiety, I totally suggest cutting out caffeine. I went to Solvang last week and I filmed it, but I still can't film in public, like when you're walking and holding the camera and just talking into it. I can't do that. So if you're ever wondering why I'm out and I'm not talking to you guys, it's because of that. And that is a goal of mine, to be able to do that with people around and just talking to the camera and not caring about what anyone's thinking. And I just wanted to share this with you. I don't know if I'm gonna put it up yet, but I am hoping it could help anyone, because from the outside it may seem like, oh, I travel and like it's so easy and it's so fun, and it's totally fun. I do feel anxious when I travel, flying, like all of that, but the main thing is I love it, and I'm not going to let something like anxiety stop me from doing it. And I think that's what is important, that you still do the things that you enjoy doing, and don't let any sort of mental illness stop you from doing it. And just keep reminding yourself that you are gonna be okay. And the more that you do get out there and continue enjoying life, the more you're gonna come to terms with the fact that you will be okay, and it's just a thing. Like, that's really what it is a thing, and you have to learn how to deal with it and what works for you. And Boston was a turning point for me in my situation, and I am feeling much better about it. So sometimes drastic things, like me leaving Boston, they have to happen in order for you to look at your life and knowing that you need to make a change. And I've made that change, which for me is cutting out caffeine, and that's been huge for me. And maybe down the line there will be something else that I need to change. And another example, I could give you guys tons of examples. I know for me, when it comes to eating, I always have to have water next to me in case I'm gonna choke. When I'm driving, I have to have water with me. in case I'm feeling like I can't swallow. Very weird things. I'm sure if you guys suffer from this, you have weird things too. So if you guys want, say in the comments below your weird, quirky thing that anxiety gives you and how you cope with it. And I think that would be just a very cool thing to see, and everyone will know that they're not alone in these weird situations that is called life, and things happen to people and we all deal with it the best that we can. So leave a comment down below and we can all be in this little community together. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope it helped you a bit if you suffer from something like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.